Coughed it up once. Marcus Spears, the other impressive rookie defensive player, has come in with Tay in trouble, and down he goes back at the 45-yard line. And DeMarcus Ware, talk about Spears, the 20th pick in the draft. Ware was number 11, and he gets a sack and a loss of 3.
Marcus Ware is number 94. They got him going against Steve Bush, number 44, a tight end, with no help, out on an island. And I know that DeMarcus Ware is only a rookie, but he's going to beat a tight end one-on-one in a pass rush situation, especially if you give him that much room by putting him on the island.
You don't want to go in the defensive meeting room and have a tight end one-on-one as a defensive lineman and have to hear all your...
Play action from McNabb, and he gets hit. The ball in the air and in the arms of DeMarcus Ware. DeMarcus Ware is gone. There are no flags on the field as the Dallas Cowboys have just taken the... Well, here comes the pressure. It's Greg Ellis who's able to get around the corner, and the ball just pops up perfectly for DeMarcus Ware. Now, right here is where L.J. Smith has got to make the tackle. He never even made a much of an effort.
Number 90 of the defense, excuse me.
Vick being flushed. This one into the arms of DeMarcus Ware. Nobody in front of him. It's going to be touchdown Cowboys.
He did not go for the naked bootleg. He got on his face, and he's so big. The big, tall guy, long arms. Michael Vick, not that tall. Comes off the bootleg, starts out. Here he is. He has two guys in his face. Doesn't see DeMarcus Ware.
That's a great catch by Ware.
Oh, yeah. He's an athlete, this guy is. A real athlete.
Wow.
Way, and Anderson under center, back 5 sets. Ware coming from behind, hit him when the ball came out, and it's a fumble picked up by Steptoe at the 20-yard line. And that's going, if that's a fumble, it's going to be a fumble recovered by Steptoe.
Forward by Rue at the fumble. Fourth down.
So they wound up picking up 10 yards on that.
Now, see if Wade Phillips would like to challenge this. I'm sure they're in the booth, the Cowboys assistant coaches.
4-man rush. Standing, rushed, flushed out, hit and flushed out. Ware chasing, Ware grabbing, Ware sacking at the 40-yard line. It's been a marathon for DeMarcus Ware, and he finally got there. And the Eagles are forced to use their last timeout with 1:10 remaining.
And I just wonder if Donovan McNabb is not just running out of gas a little bit at the risk of sounding like one of his former teammates, but he has been...
It's not just good, it's sonic good. Second down, Rodgers back to throw, retreats in trouble, sacked. Back at the 40-yard line, DeMarcus Ware finally got his nightly sack.
Greg Ellis got to him the next play, but there's the same thing's going to happen here. This may be about the third or fourth play from the end of this game, but DeMarcus Ware gets his sack.
7 here, shotgun for Campbell, back looking up the middle, pressured again, hit again, sacked again. DeMarcus Ware got his sack early today, and Ratliff in to clean up some on the garbage.
Make that 7 now, and I believe that bumps him up to fourth, on the Cowboys' all-time list in terms of consecutive sacks. Harvey Martin is the leader in that department.
185 yards, 35 throws, and $185. Back in the pocket, pumps, avoids trouble. Here comes Ware for his weekly sack to keep the streak alive and tie George Andre for the consecutive game sack streak, the 4th longest in club history. 3rd and 5. First down ends the game. Play fake, bootleg to the right, and he's sacked by DeMarcus Ware back at the 35. Big mistake by Warner, and that, of course, keeps Ware's streak going.
It certainly does, and he's got one in each of the last 3 games, I believe. Cincinnati, Philadelphia, at the end of this. But actually, Brad, I must say, not to correct you, it's smart play by Warner.
Oh, it is?
The last thing he wants to do is throw an incomplete pass to stop the clock.
Oh, that's true.
So he just bought himself 40.
Their own way, and the problems have only slightly been on offense. Now Bulger fumbles the snap on the handoff, picks it up and steps forward, and rolls left and finally gets hit and buried back at the 36-yard line by DeMarcus Ware. And the shotgun for Bulger. And they bunch a couple of receivers left, and Bulger goes back 5 steps. Ware's coming and hits him. He fumbled the ball and got it back. Ware's second sack of the day.
Cowboys take a timeout here. Ware gets the sack, and that ball, much like the Tony Romo fumble, Brad, last week in overtime against Arizona that just popped right back to Romo as he was going down. That's what happens this time here. Ware comes, sack, strip, and ball bounces up, and Folger just kind of scoops it under him as he's getting thrown to the ground by Ware.
Stats Inc. keeps a list of a stat they call their own 43. And the snap is back. 5-step drop. Now here comes Ware, and Ware's got him again. That's 4 sacks for DeMarcus Ware. Wow. They can't block him. Not that much.
Now we're going to start talking about the NFL record, which Bob Jones is scurrying for. I know Hugh Manura had 6 or 7 last year against Philadelphia.
You know what's interesting, by the way?
Single game.
This is his 10th game in a row with a sack, which gives him the Cowboys' second best behind Harvey Martin. In 3rd and 11 at the Dallas 41. Shotgun for Campbell. Back and looking right. And looking over the middle. Pumping. Flushed out. Hit and sack by DeMarcus Ware all the way back at the Washington 48-yard line. Now that's a big play.
And DeMarcus Ware, Brad, against Washington, now has a sack in 6 consecutive games, at least 1 sack against Washington. So they've seen quite enough in 94.
And that's a Pro Bowl player he's playing against, Chris Samuels, 5 times.
Why that makes it even bigger? Unless it's Jason Witten, and then no, you shouldn't because he plays for the Cowboys.
3rd and 18 at the 9, and the crowd's into it now.
This just has the feeling of a DeMarcus Ware sack safety.
Hill back to throw, sets up, stands, pumps, hit, buried, gobbled up by DeMarcus Ware. You got everything but the safety.
Because he stepped up.
He actually never got into the end zone. I watched this feed. He only got to the goal line. Now the coverage had to be really good because he had time to get rid of the football.
And I'm telling you, if you have coverage, DeMarcus Ware is going to get there. He does not get blocked and stay blocked for long. But you're exactly right. Niners are trying to get all this here. It's a deep drop by Hill, and it gives DeMarcus Ware enough time.
Seattle 1st and 15 at the Cowboy 23. Slot right, I formation. Hasselbeck fakes the draw. Ware's coming, and Ware's got it. All the way back at the 32-yard line.
Ware got Hasselbeck, Brad, and then Jay Ratliff gets Ware. Flying in and knocks Ware down right after that, but he just beats Walter Jones, the 8-time Pro Bowler, right now at Jones' left tackle position.
I mean, that is a Hall of Fame tackle he's going up against, but it might be a Hall of Fame pass rusher that Walter Jones is going up
that's
against.
interesting.
Instead of an every down player. Hasselbeck, despite the pressures, had a good half. 11 of 15 for 170 yards. And down he goes. DeMarcus Ware gets his second. And right now is only a half sack behind Joey Porter, who's had a career renaissance with the Dolphins, who leads the NFL with 14 and a half.
Well, DeMarcus Ware has really come into his own this year. You see, he's working against a great player in Walter Jones. At Minnesota, I mean, they control really what's going to happen to them. They get a chance to play those teams that they're in contention with.
3rd down and 6. More pressure and another for DeMarcus Ware. His 3rd.
Well, DeMarcus Ware figured he had a couple sacks over there on the offense's right. This time he'll come over and work over on Sean Locklear. He pile drives on him, and he has to get off him. Locklear does because of Ken Hamlin.
Same formation. Shotgun snap is back. No pressure. Roethlisberger up in the pocket. Escapes. Hit. And DeMarcus Ware has him. Boy, he would not go down. He wanted to throw and run, and Ware said, I'm here. I'm staying with you. I'm not going anywhere. And Ware knew how hard Ben was to tackle.
He's a very elusive quarterback. I mean, him being a big quarterback, it's hard to take him down. He's a guy that knows how to string plays out and get the ball down the field. So, I mean, he's a good quarterback.
You know, I think at times it's to his detriment, though, Brad. He's fighting and fighting. Just get rid of the football.
Give you the Acme brick wall defensive starters for the Cowboys after 1st and 10. At the New York 26 out of an eye right. Manning back. Ware has come and got him, and he fumbled the ball. And there's a scramble for it at the New York 18. And I think the Giants have recovered it. The left guard, Rich Seibert, got back in a hurry. Well, that's as explosive as I've seen DeMarcus Ware.
Stands Brad there in the Olympics, and he comes out of the blocks. And David Deal, the left tackle for the Giants, just has no chance with this one. Manning is figuring, I must have missed a blitz. I didn't feel. No, it's not a blitz. You guys just couldn't block him.
Sack strip, a little more pressure, maybe a 5-man rush. 1st and 10 at the 19. The Giants in the red zone where they've been more than any team in the league. Manning back, pressured, hit, sacked. Back at the 23-yard line by DeMarcus Ware, his second of the night.
Now, Brad, that gives him 18 on the year. You know what the NFL record is? 22 and a half, I believe.
Deacon Jones.
And I don't get it's Gastineau.
Gastineau.
They broke Gastineau. It's Michael Strahan. I only give him 21 and a half because that's that Brett Favre fall down at the end of that game. But, I mean, this guy is pushing up against it.
From the 31-yard line, first down for the Giants. And Manning is going to lose the ball. He's going to get sacked by DeMarcus Ware. And Booth comes up with it for the Giants. And that is number 8.
You know, DeMarcus Ware started this way on the first pass of the game. And here in the last 2 minutes.
4-man front. One setback, and Flacco with play action, rushed, hit, sack, fumble. The ball
with the football. How about DeMarcus Ware? I saw him last week, Brad, on the floor, and he motioned over to me, and then, of course, we talked a little bit, and he had a 3-sack game. So I saw him going up the tunnel today, and I said, DeMarcus, get over here. And he said, what do you need? I said, nothing, but last week seemed to work out.
Left-handed, trying to make something happen, and the interception in the end zone. Now it's 3rd down and 3 for Houston. 4-man rush, and Schaub is brought down from behind, and it's DeMarcus Ware.
And we talked about Rashad Butler making the start there at left tackle, and he's facing one of the best pass rushers in football, DeMarcus Ware, but he does a good job. He's got good balance, he holds up well, and he's expecting the ball to be out by then. But the Cowboys playing zone, they're predominantly a man coverage team, and they were
sacked. And this one is over, recovered by Ratliff.
Guess who?
DeMarcus Ware.
Lucky guess. He brought his A game with a bad neck. And that will end the undefeated quest for perfection.
DeMarcus Ware, who is questionable, gets his 2nd sack and 2nd forced fumble.
This is the matchup that they wanted. He beats them with power and speed. And there's the fumble.
3rd turnover of the game for the Saints.
Fun to watch run. Here's Schaub on 3rd down, and there's DeMarcus Ware. That's his 2nd of the game.
Well, DeMarcus Ware, he just keeps playing. You see on the outside, and once he gets to the level that Schaub's at, he's able to come off of that block. And Schaub, I mean, it was pretty good protection, really. He just is able to come back underneath the block and then bring Matt Schaub down.
Immediately because of a couple of injuries to Boss and Deal up front. And we begin with play action and a screen pass that is almost intercepted, and DeMarcus Ware is there, and DeMarcus Ware gets it. He does pick it off, and what a beginning for the Dallas Cowboys. And Manning can only shake his head. So Ware in that new defense, Michelle just talking to him, and not a bad debut with the new defense.
Here he is right out here. There's no way Eli ever saw him. Got pressure coming in his face, but that's typical for a screen pass. His lineman release. and just unbelievable. We saw Peyton the other night throw for 7 touchdowns and have a perfect night, and this one starts imperfectly for Eli.